David has now gotten into overdrive. The Psalms are longer and more elaborated than before, with distinct verses and choruses. One thing they have in common: God is great. So welcome to Leah's Bible Babble Psalms. This psalm starts with reassurance, goes into desperation, and ends with joyful glory. It's a smorgasbord of emotions, basically. What really got my attention was the term, let your face shine upon me, in line 17a. It was believed that if God showed his face, it was a sign of benevolence, just like if he didn't show his face, it was a sign of disgrace. This makes me think of the Swedish hymn, Du vänder ditt ansikte till mig. In English, that would be, you're turning your face towards me. There will be a link in the description, and I will translate it in the description too. This is not a psalm, but a poem. But the message is clear. You can put your trust in God. In line 5 it says, I confessed my sins to you. I didn't hide my guilt. I said, I want to confess my crimes to the Lord, and you forgave me for my sins and guilt. You don't need to hide anything from God, but just because God already knows. So if you struggle to put your confession into words, just rest in the knowing that God don't need words. The poem ends with line 10b. Those who trust in the Lord shall be surrounded by goodness. I put this in the correlation with God's forgiveness after a confession, because after the forgiveness follows the blessing. And I see the blessing as a protective cloak that surrounds you, and that you are surrounded by God's goodness and greatness. Here we have one of the strongest connections between the New Testament and the Old Testament. The first part of the psalm is about how God created earth. Until line 9, it says, He spoke and everything came to be. He commanded and it happened. And of course, thinking about the Gospel of John. In the beginning it was the Word, and the Word was with God, and God was the Word. God is being described more and more as a human, with hands, feet, heart, and so on. Ask a child what or who they think God is, and the answer to 99% will be an old man sitting on a cloud. David had that thought too. In line 17, from the sky the Lord looked down on all the people. God knows all, sees all, and with other words, he is omnipotent. It ends with line 20. We put your faith in the Lord, and he is our help and shield. This psalm is claimed to be written while David was pretending to be crazy. But there are different names against whom, so it's a little bit unknown. But what is important here, there is a word that hasn't been seen before, neither in the book or written by David. And that word is angel. In line 8, The Lord's angel keeps guard over his faithful ones and saves them. The Old Testament angels were not shabby toddlers with no manner, but warriors they guarded and protected. And they were also messengers. The word angel comes from the Greek angelos, that actually means messenger. The angels are also called the sons of the Lord or the sons of God. And this shows some kind of social or family structure, just like Zeus in the Greek mythology or Odin in the Norse mythology. Remember that this text was not written in a social vacuum. And to make God the head of a family was like a way to understand God more. Here are the angels in the protective mode. They are against those that comes with bad intentions. And bad intention here means unalive someone. The angels are both protectors and implementers of the 10 Commandments, where the 5th commandment is, you shall not kill. So the angels was regarded as the law, judge, and jury. Between line 11 and 16, the protection from both angels and God are gone. And to me, the text shows one more time of mental health issues. The sense of being followed, that everyone was against you. Even of how David was dressed and how he moved. In line 17c, he calls out, "Save me from the lions." Lions could be the animal, but it could also be a word for the enemy. In the Old Testament, the lion was a symbol of power, gruesomeness, or violence, while in the New Testament, it was a symbol of for the Gospel of Mark and stands for the royal power and strength. The lion was real in this time of history and a threat to both humans and livestock. I will talk more about this animal when I come to the book of Daniel eventually. Well, David's emotions here takes over in the rest of the psalm. He begs and pleads for not to be abandoned by God. He wants a God that takes action and being present. And when the Lord does that, David comes with a promise in line 28. "I shall witness about your loyalty and praise you all day long." So do you have or had a special moment in your life when you just needed to trust God? Tell me in the comments below. In the description you find links and information as always. Feel free to browse around in here. Please leave a comment, share and subscribe. And I will see you in the next episode. And remember, if you can't be anything, at least be kind. Bye.